There's a new kind of war happening right now, not with tanks or missiles, but with microchips smaller than your fingernail. These chips decide who leads the future of artificial intelligence, from self-driving cars to robots that think like humans. And at the center of this tech battlefield are three giants: Nvidia, AMD, and a bold newcomer, Cerebras. Each one wants to dominate the brains behind tomorrow's smartest machines. But who's really winning? Let's talk about how we got here. For years, computers were built to handle simple logic numbers, text, and code. Then came something different: systems that could learn. They could look at patterns, make predictions, even write or paint. Suddenly, the demand for faster, smarter computing exploded, and the ordinary chips inside laptops or phones just couldn't keep up. That's when a new era of processors began, chips designed not just to calculate, but to think. The results of this battle will shape everything from the economy and automation to national defense. Let's start with Nvidia, the company that started out making gaming graphics cards and ended up building the world's most valuable semiconductor empire. Nvidia's rise is almost unbelievable. A few years ago, they were known mainly for helping gamers render high-end graphics. But their graphics processing units, or GPUs, turned out to be perfect for handling complex calculations, especially those needed to train deep learning systems. Today, Nvidia's chips are used everywhere in data centers, supercomputers, and the largest tech companies' servers. Their architecture, known as CUDA, became the industry standard, and that gave Nvidia an enormous lead. They didn't just sell chips, they built a complete software ecosystem around them. Think of it like Apple's App Store. Once developers start using it, they rarely switch. AMD has always been the underdog story in tech. For years, they were overshadowed by Intel in the CPU market. But when it came to high-performance computing and data processing, AMD pulled off something remarkable. Their EPYC server processors and MI series accelerators are giving Nvidia serious competition, especially for big tech firms that want options beyond Nvidia's premium prices. AMD's secret weapon: efficiency and versatility. Their chips are often more affordable and deliver competitive performance. In recent years, AMD has been making big moves, partnering with Microsoft, Amazon, and other cloud providers to integrate their GPUs and CPUs into large-scale systems. They've also been working on open software tools that rival Nvidia's ecosystem, something developers have been asking for. So, while Nvidia has the head start, AMD's strategy is about playing the long game. They don't need to dethrone Nvidia immediately. They just need to be everywhere Nvidia isn't offering strong alternatives for data centers and edge computing. And that's working. Then there's Cerebras, a company that doesn't follow the rules. Instead of shrinking chips, they decided to go the other way to make one massive processor that's larger than an iPad. It's called the Wafer Scale Engine. Where a typical chip might have billions of transistors, Cerebras' chip has trillions. It's so large that it needs its own cooling and power system. But the trade-off is performance like nothing else. Cerebras is targeting a different kind of customer: research institutions, governments, and companies training enormous models. Their technology reduces training time from months to days, and their architecture allows faster communication between processing cores. In short, it's built for scale. What makes Cerebras fascinating is that it doesn't want to be Nvidia or AMD. It's not trying to sell millions of chips. It's trying to change how chips are built, to rethink the limits of hardware. Some say it's the Tesla of this industry: bold, risky, and potentially world-changing. Behind this corporate rivalry is something even bigger: national ambition. Countries like the United States and China see these chips as strategic weapons for the digital age. Whoever controls the most advanced computing power will control innovation, security, and the next generation of automation. That's why governments are investing billions in semiconductor manufacturing and research. The chip shortage that shook the world a few years ago was a wake-up call. It showed how dependent we've become on a handful of companies and regions. Now, the race isn't just Nvidia versus AMD versus Cerebras. It's America versus China versus the rest of the world. And this race is far from over. Every few months, new chip architectures emerge, claiming faster speeds, lower costs, and more efficient training capabilities. So, what happens next? Nvidia's upcoming chips promise record-breaking performance. AMD is investing heavily in open platforms and power-efficient architectures. And Cerebras is pushing toward exascale computing machines capable of processing data at unimaginable speeds. The truth is, there might not be one winner. Each company plays a different role in shaping the computing landscape. Nvidia sets the pace, AMD keeps the market competitive, and Cerebras reminds everyone that real innovation often comes from thinking differently, deeply woven into our daily lives. From healthcare diagnostics to autonomous vehicles, the demand for smarter, faster chips will only grow. And with that growth will come new challengers, new technologies, and maybe even a few surprises that none of these giants see coming.